you develop your systematic review proposal, you need to describe your search strategy in detail. So this video will show you what goes into the search strategy and how to figure out where all those text words and subject-specific terms will fit in. When you describe the search strategy in your protocol, it is important to be as detailed as possible. The JBI Manual for Evidence Synthesis describes the ins and outs of a search strategy well, and I'll put a link to this valuable manual in the description box below this video. So firstly, list all the sources of information, where you will find all your studies, in which databases or search engines. State the time frame of your search, including any restrictions in terms of dates. Specify the languages which you will include, and as part of your protocol, put together a proposed search strategy for one database, such as a PubMed. And I advise you to seek advice from an expert librarian to do this. Then the JBI method recommends that we conduct and describe a search strategy in terms of the following 3 phases. Firstly, you'll do an initial search which aims to find more text words in the title, the abstracts, and the index terms of the study that you retrieve through doing this search. The initial search will be done in only a few databases. And really the aim is just to find more keywords or text words. Then once you have more text words, you can do a database specific search in each of the databases identified. And then thirdly, you'll search in the reference list of each of the full text studies which are eligible to be included in your systematic review. And the aim there is just to find more studies that you can include into your systematic review. Let's have a look at 2 examples. Now these are real-life examples, so I'd like to thank the systematic reviewers who gave me permission to use these as examples. The first systematic review, the objective is to review. The review aims to evaluate the effectiveness of exercise interventions versus no or alternative interventions to decrease the incidence of shoulder injuries in sporting athletes. Now, in the first example, we've organized the keywords in this way. So we have a column with our text words and a column with our mesh terms. For example, these are the mesh terms, the subject-specific terms according to PubMed. So here you can see when it comes to the category of sport, there's all kinds of keywords or text words that have been listed here. And this side we have our mesh terms. So these are confirmed that they are mesh terms in the database of Medline by PubMed. Then our next category was the exercise interventions, and these are our list of exercise interventions which we would like to include or search for in the systematic review. And here we have again our subject-specific terms, our mesh terms. Then the next category was the injury-related keywords or text words, and these are all injury-related. And here are our mesh terms. Now what will happen when we do our search is we will connect each of these terms with OR. So each of these, dislocation or fracture or injury or instability, they will all be connected to OR, and same for these. They will all be connected to OR. And then these larger categories will be, or the terms that we are going to build are going to be connected with AND to these categories. For example, here we have randomized control trial or RCT, and then we have the mesh term here, and they will each be connected to OR, and this will be connected, or the term that you're going to build here are going to be connected by AND with the term that's going to be built here, while all these are going to be connected by OR. So I'll show you some examples of what the final published version looks like, and that will make much more sense to you. The second example is a systematic review of incidence and prevalence. And the objective of this systematic review is to describe the incidence and prevalence of injuries in female cricket players participating in recreational, school, club, and elite level cricket. Now, for the second example, we organized our search terms a little bit differently. Now, putting a table such as this one together is really a good idea when you start planning your search and when you start finding synonyms and more keywords and you want to plug them into, some form of a blueprint. Now, this is almost like the blueprint, these tables that we are putting together. For example, these terms will be connected by or, and then these terms will be connected by and when you do your search. So here we have cricket as a sport. This is a mesh term in PubMed. And we have cricket as a text word. So these two will be connected by or. And then we specifically wanted research in female cricket. And we have our mesh terms and our keywords. So it's a good idea to go to PubMed before you add these mesh terms and go and double check if a specific term has got a mesh term associated with it, and then add those mesh terms. So not all text words are necessarily mesh terms in the various databases. Now in PubMed they are called mesh terms. In another database they may be called something else. So here we were interested in injuries. So we have our injury keywords here. So injury will be connected by or. This will be connected by or to injury, to pain, to wounds. And then again, this term will be connected to this term and this term by and. And again, I'll show you the published example just now. When you publish your systematic review protocol in the journal JBI Evidence Synthesis, one of the requirements is to put together a search strategy and present that search strategy for at least one database. So here we have that specific Appendix I as it's published in our systematic review proposal or protocol. And here we have the various keywords presented in our table. And when we scroll down, we've added the entire search term that we've used when we searched in Medline. And here's another example, again, that Appendix I search strategy and the entire search term as we've put it into Medline with the date of search. Also the number of results retrieved were also stated. And when you publish the final version, the full systematic review in JBI, they also require your search strategies to be shown. But this time they need your search strategies for each and every single database. So it's very important that you keep track of these search strategies as you perform them. Copy and paste them into a document so that you can add it to your final write-up if you're going to publish in JBI Evidence Synthesis. Much better to plan for this before the time than having to go back and redo the search because you haven't done the necessary copying and pasting. So here we have the date of the search conducted, how it was done in PubMed, Medline, how it was done in the Cochrane Central Register of Controlled Trials. Each and every database specified here, how it was entered in there. So it's very important to keep proper records of your search. I'll put links to these 3 articles in the description box below this video so that you can refer back to them as well. It always helps to look at a few examples when you put your own search strategy together. Enjoy. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button. For more useful tips to boost your research experience, subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button below this video. And while you're at it, hit the bell so that you get notified whenever I produce a new video. If you need a solution to a challenge not yet covered on my channel, leave a comment in the box below. See you in the next video.